All right. April 2nd, second day of the month and the quarter. And oh boy, what a movement we already have in the market for the past 2 days. And I'm expecting today to not be very different. I think we're gonna see some action. Yeah, let's dive right in. Like I've no more intro stuff. Well, perhaps like, subscribe, all that stuff, but I know you guys already do that. There's a new YouTube video coming up this week about breakers and unicorn setup. But let's talk about making money, because that's what we're all here for. Let's look at the news. We have news here. Non-farm employment, we already had that. And later today, in the PM session, at 4 p.m., we have the Trump tariff stuff. So for the DXY and the USD pairs, I am quite neutral before that. So currently the market area that I have now is the 4-hour bullish value gap. I'm pretty neutral. I can see it go both ways. Ideally lower from a weekly internal to external. Last week we traded the weekly bearish value gap. But as you maybe have seen on the weekly outlook, I don't like these highs too much. Those are very clean. I'm just gonna see what the market will give us. Cool. So that's it. Let's look at what looks nice. Today, during the London session, this is what I saw. I was not planning on trading London session. Then I woke up to this. What is this? This is a Monday low being swept. Also a Tuesday low being swept. So a day low being swept. After that, what do you see? You see the last swing high that made the low broken. The market structure shift. For value gap 1. Also second for value gap. Did not run quite clean here. But this up move is the Skool model. The one and only model. The model that got me favorite. Got me funded. My OG model. 1 hour opposing array. When I saw this happening in this area, I took the move, and when the JPY basket goes up, the JPY pairs go down. So, vice versa, like mirror. We have a daily high being swept, break of structure for value gap 1, for value gap 2, or a clean 1 to 2. And please take notes on this, guys, because this model happens every single day. You just need to find it. And sometimes I miss the move as well. Sometimes I'm completely off as well. But when you see it, it's such a nice model. It looks very like the IST 2022 Mentorship model. Cool. So for JPY, let's see if we can play continuation. We already retraced. So could be. Could be. Let's look at the indices. The indices have been treating us pretty nice past 2 days. Took 2 trades, 2 wins. There's your classic open. We're gonna try to cash a similar trade during this open as well. Here was a weekly low being taken, upside. Was a session low, London low being taken before I moved to the upside. And today we have just been down only. Look at this from the midnight. We've just been trading down only. And probably that's because of the news that's coming up. They're like, what news? The tariff news. The trade war probably is bad for business, so that's why people are selling off right now. So how I want to trade the open, and it is going to be in 8 minutes from now, 9 minutes from now. It's very simple. I have a very low expectation. What my point of interest are. We have a 4-hour SIBI here. It's pretty far away. That's already almost 200 points away. So I'm not expecting a trade like this. This is too much. Let me make it cleaner. There we go. I don't expect this. This is too much. We're not going to retrace 200 points and expand 400 points. I don't believe that. I want to see how we open. The retracement play, but ideally continue longing. And that's to do with the time of this high. We currently have an Asian session, well, not only like between PM and Asia. Out of kill zone high of the week right now. I don't buy that. So what kind of liquidity pools do we have? We have yesterday low. I would say that could be a nice point of interest. Yesterday's low. A daily liquidity pool. So, cool. And now, what I'm now going to do is wait. Until after the open, 9:45, 10-ish. To see, do we open bullish and then create structure to the downside? Then we're going to take a short. Or we're just dumping straight through the daily low. And then I'm going to look for a similar setup as Wednesday or Monday and Tuesday. So we take a low and create structure to the upside. We take a low and create structure to the upside. So that's a very simple game plan. We're just going to wait here. The daily low, yesterday's low is the point of interest here. Can we check US 30? Of course, of course. So ES, I'm going to play similar. Daily low. And I think YM, the US 30. Let me see what we have in store there. Yeah, I would say similar. I'm not sure what to think of US 30, to be honest, right now. A very clean retracement here on the 1 hour. Does no, we don't have that here on the Nasdaq. Nope. Or do we? Hold on. Oh yeah, we do. Oh, there's S&T at the highs here. Gotcha. Yeah, so US 30, to be honest, not too sure. I would say daily low as low hanging fruit target. But don't forget, we have tariffs. And on Friday with NFP. And then next week we have CPI. There'll be enough movers. So that's why I have lower expectations today. But ideally, we're just going to continue to the upside. Cool. Okay. Let's talk about, I see in the chat, Euro AUD. Euro AUD have been selling off since the open, actually. And Euro AUD is doing its weekly internal to external, in my opinion. So I'm still bullish on the Euro AUD, just like I mentioned on the outlook. We have been selling off since Monday. So let's see what's now on the cards. There is a daily bullish for value gap here. Mark that out. It's not too clean. I'm neutral on this, Lorian. I could see both daily and weekly going higher. then if I go to the, let's say 1 or 4 hour, I would love to target these lows, to be honest. Right? These are like relative equal lows. And also here we have some bearish value gaps. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't have a good read. Cool. So where I'm looking at is GBP CAD. Yesterday I took already a long on Euro CAD. Well, that didn't work out too great, but the buys is still the same. I think these highs are gonna be ran. This is what I'm anticipating. And if you look at Euro and GBP, quite similar. Recently, Euro has been weaker. I've been aiming for potentially a trade on Euro CAD. And that's the question, okay, from where do you want to trade? Well, currently we are in between a 4-hour bearish value gap and maybe creating a 4-hour bullish value gap. Ideally, look at this, the upclose candle here, there's a breaker. Here we have a 1-hour fair value gap. It's a unicorn. So ideally what I want to see during today's New York session, in ideal world, is selling off here and then go to the upside. On a lower time frame, 5 and 15 minutes. See some sell-offs, the area, and then we make that break of structure the upside. That's on my radar for today, GCAD. Also, oil. Oil's back on the map. I took one trade earlier this year. It was a break-even trade. Let's see if I can. I think I took it on stream. You guys are with me, I guess. This one is right here. It's like a swing trade. Wasn't quite decent profit, but it came back. I put it on break-even after it was already 1 to 2. No luck there. But now we are back in business. We took the low here, started moving upwards. We have a daily breaker and fair value gap in this area, so I'm expecting some reaction here to the upside. Now let's see, we already took some liquidity. Let's see if this follows through. I'm gonna keep an eye on this during the stream and also rest of the week. Cool, we are now open. Hey Nerdosh, welcome. T-Bang AUD-USD. Let's take a look. I started the stream with my analysis on DXY and I mentioned that I'm pretty neutral. Right now, I can see both sides being ran. I don't like the highs here, especially the time of the highs, but also very clean highs here. But we also have a weekly internal to external. And because of that, I'm not too fan of trading the USD pairs in general. But of course, for you, I'm going to look for what we could see. Let's start on the monthly. We are still potentially doing a monthly internal to external, so lower. On the week, we are consolidating. If I say weekly consolidation, I'm not very fan of trading it. The daily, we have a daily bearish value gap that's going to be tapped for the 100th time. The weekly and daily is not very clear to me, and because that only, I'm already not looking at the lower time frame myself. Because if the daily and weekly are not matching, not very nice, the lower time frame will not be very reliable. And I like to take trades when I am expecting price to hold. So based, yeah, I can now say higher or lower, but I honestly don't know here. I'm neutral. We could see a Monday low of the week and just trading higher with DXY going lower. But wait, like, we have tariff news. We have NFP. I don't think it's for me, it's not worth it to trade the USD pair right now. Because I'm just expecting when I now would execute on the USD pair that I will just get my ass handed to me. And I don't like that too much. I already got that yesterday with EuroCAD. When I traded EuroCAD long, like it was like the fastest stop loss in a while. I was like, okay, liquidity sweep in kill zone, break of structure. We tapped to the fair value gap, and then I took it here, and the next candle was a stop loss. That was like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. That's what I call my ass handed to me. So rather not again. Cool. Also tried the DAX, but the DAX is also bearish. Indices are bearish right now. Let's see how we open. Yeah, T-Bank. Yeah, you can expect some form of seek and destroy in these kind of environments. Like I think it's not only like I'm not too big on the news trading, the fundamental news trading. I used a little bit, but what I know about tariffs, especially on this press conference, is that Trump is gonna announce like actual facts or actual action steps. Like, yo, we're gonna tariff this country X and this country Y. And that could lead to some form of trade war. Same for gold. Neutral. I think gold will just always go higher. But I'm not trading it because we have daily for value gap below it. Bitcoin is also not very clean. A daily of our weekly close above last week's high will be very nice. Yeah, these four look alike. NZD and AUD. And both are not very nice in my opinion. Cool, okay. We open bullish. Okay, and here comes step one. You're feeling FOMO right now. What do you do? You're feeling FOMO, what do you do? We're just going to enter now. Put your stop loss at 130 points. Or are you gonna wait with the risk of being left behind? Yeah, I know how a trader brain works. I'm in one myself for a while. What I do when I see these massive displacements, I'm automatically going to a higher time frame. For example here, 5 or 15 minutes, in 30 minutes from now, 22 minutes from now, if this is the move, so we're going up from here, so this was the low from today, which can be, then I will be taking my trade in a 15-minute fair value gap to the upside. Ideally towards yesterday's out of kill zone high. I'm not chasing this. So 5 or 50 minutes for value gap. So we have one here on the 5 minute. And if it goes and if it now does one insane candle, that's totally fine. Just wait out this session and come back later. Cool, so we took the PM lows, not the daily low. If you now look at this 4-hour candle, that's very important if you're familiar with the 10 yen game. If you see this massive rejection candle, that means the next candle is probably going to be a green one. The next candle is going to be a green one. If the open, we go a little lower. High, close. We're gonna play that. So if this is the play, I'm expecting, here it comes, guys. And this is how, sometimes of course, not always, but many times, I can call this beforehand. Here it comes. If this candle is this rejection, then open, high, open, low, high, close. 10 a.m. candle will be played. Open, low into 5 or 50 minute Indices. Catch the lower time frame entry. This is the play, and it's gonna be an after 10 play. Because I want to see how we close this. It will be even more fun if we just completely ignore this. So we're gonna close over this potential for value gap. That'll be even more insane. Stuart, I'm not a fan of trail the stop loss. That's not how I manage. If that's your cup of tea, of course, be my guest. I'm more of a trader, and that's what my own mentors taught me, because I was a very bad loser. I was very bad at losing. I was basically micromanaging all my trades. And the easiest fix was just take your trades, stop loss and TP, and that's it, and just wait. Cool, so this is the game plan. So if we have this expansion, the long trade will be taken after 10 with the new open, high, low, close. That means in 5 minutes, we have a new candle. Let's say the candle from 9:45 until 10 is also gonna be a green one. Then at 10, then we have a 15-minute booster value gap. Then when price comes here after 10, here is where we're gonna find our entry. That's the game plan. For now, based on what I'm now seeing. Obviously, if we now just crash down, that game plan is not valid. That's only when we keep expanding like this. This also looks very nice. Oil. Cool. So point of interest on DXY is currently this 4-hour bullish value gap. In this session, if we're now going to create buy structure, that could be the play towards the highs here. But I have a low expectation there. I think the plan on Nasdaq could be nice. Also here after 10 on oil. Let's say there is a 15-minute bullish value created. We also have an order block here. Let's see. We're gonna come back to this after, during the stream. Fire and forget. Yeah. Yeah, I won't say like there's like a big Instagram dude, forgot his name, with set and forget. You guys know that probably who that is. Like I don't like to forget it. Of course it's good, but I just for some reason like to watch my trades. Just checking in. I don't know. It just plays in my mind. It feels like your secret affair, right? I think traders are gonna have a hard time having an affair in their relationships. Because their mind is with the markets always, so they already have some kind of affair always. Cool. So between now and 10, we're going to see if we're going to create the buy structure, or this was the retracement towards the lows. Either way, if we're going lower, we're going to use this up close candle as basically resistance to go lower. But ideally, we're going to use it as a fair value gap to go higher. Yeah, the rest should work out. Yeah, but the thing is, like, you have control over pressing the buy or sell button and your stop loss and TP. The rest is out of your control. Like even when all your stars aligned on your trade setup, you can still take the loss. So I think when you've done that, so put your entry in the right place, your stop loss and TP in the right place, you already worked it out. That's it. Worst thing that can happen is you take a -1. Well, there's where your stop loss is there. That's where your risk management. I think that's good. Cool. So now it's gonna be a waiting game. And same thing, guys. I cannot stand it enough. If this was the move and we're not getting any entries to in the session, come back in the PM session or tomorrow. Because then on the 1 hour, there will be or the 4 hour, there will be a fair value gap created. And you just wait. If that's the case, tomorrow we will take the easiest long in the world. Don't feel rushed here. It's not worth it. Be very calm, very controlled. Oh, nice, Imantis. That is some insane swing. I'm very happy for you. Yeah, so also for the GCAT trade, if this, like these highs are my target. So if we don't get that entry here in this 1 hour structure, then tomorrow, potentially via this 4 hour bullish value gap. Yeah, this is pretty insane. This whole 4 hour value gap is not created, which is very bullish. But this is still on the cards. But then it's like, oh, how can you find this in hindsight? Exactly this, guys. There is no secret here. This is just the rationale. Only using for value gaps, open, high, low, close, and time. So we have some open here at 10. Let's say this will be the open at 10. We just wait for price to come lower. And then going to take a trade. Cool. And I'm gonna wait now until close to 10 a.m. to see if we can find an entry there. If you want to look at any other pairs or my analysis or questions, just share them in the chat. Few minutes before 10 a.m. So the oil doesn't move as we want, so probably not an entry now. For the DAX, for the German indices, similar trade. We took London low for potential up move. We want to see if we hold this, if we then displace higher. I would like to take a trade like this. Same TP, the highs here. 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, we discussed the DAX longs already. Like, I got stopped out earlier, but I think it's still could be an idea. There's gonna be a payout for you coming up, Imantis. Wow, 3 from... That's awesome. Awesome. And congrats, Orion. Nice. Yeah, show the certificate. You deserve that. All your hard work. Okay, so 10 AM coming in hot. And if this is the tap, if this is the retracement, I will not be in, guys. I'm sorry, I won't be. That was like, this was the tap? No way. Also, if this is the move, so this was the tap, like the inside the 15-minute fair gap, I'm not gonna be in this move. I'm gonna wait, which is a shame. And the reason for that is, let's say I take it here, stop loss below the open. This would be a 1 to 2. But with that trade, like this, I would still have this 1 hour balance price range below me. That's what I don't like. Yeah, I'm probably gonna leave this move alone then. That's a shame. I will paper trade it. Well, currently it's just a waiting game for me. See if there's an entry. This is not the entry I'm going to take. I think between now and 10:30 a.m. we're gonna have a very clear picture on how we're gonna play this. This would be the entry of the paper trade, the one I said I'm not gonna take because we have so much to rebalance first. Let's see hypothetically if that would have worked out. But officially we have a tap below the 10 a.m. open. So on paper that should be enough. If we have so much to rebalance first, I just don't trust that. And also on the 1 hour we have a potential for value gap at 11. And of course, when this doesn't play out, I can say, oh yeah, I told you so. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm not here for the I told you so. I'm here for from my experience, I don't like to take these kind of trades. And that's purely because I've been burned so many times because of that. And maybe it is now the trade. Maybe we're just going higher now and that's totally fine. I'm good with that. If you were burned so many times on a similar trades, you know what to avoid. Or at least you get a more decent feeling on, hey, this is probably not what I should do. We tap into this 1 hour SIBI and have some reaction from that. So we took Asia and London high. Alright, so here's the reason. Boom. Stop loss. And now you can even make a story. If we moved away from a 5 or 15 and 1 hour bearish value gap. And we're now moving lower. So here, now we are approaching the area where I would like to look for some form of long if price allows that. I'm not gonna long this, obviously. We have an SMT on the London highs right now. Interesting. Interesting. The new 50-minute candle will now appear. This 50-minute candle, to be honest, doesn't give much clarity, right? It taps in both areas, and this is a doji. So I'm gonna wait another 50 minutes. Also, if you now feel rushed or you feel FOMO or in a very emotional balanced place, zoom out, look outside. There's more than trading. Have a good time. Remember where we are right now. We are in the first week of the month. We are in the first week of the quarter. We have tariff coming up later today with NFP. We have CPI coming up. There's so many news drivers that can give you a nice move or nice structure for your trades. You don't need to make your money exactly today. Please remember that. You don't need to make all your money today. Cool. So in many parts of the world, the spring has started. More sunlight means more vitamin D's, means more happiness. Overall good thing for your trading as well. Also a fun thing, you hear everyone talking in the winter about, oh yeah, I'm going monk mode, I'm focused, going all in. But let's see those same people go all in when it's so hot outside and just want to swim. You just want to chill. Your monk mode, your focus mode should be on always. Always, always. Going up every single day. How you make it. I'm not in this. It now just goes higher. Have fun. I'm gonna sit on my hands for longer. Cool. So let's review the current price action. So we're on the right track that we mentioned. If we have this massive rejection candle, the next candle is going to be bullish. We are. Next time we're going to be bullish. We are leaving behind a 1 hour bullish fair value gap. And the 50-minute, it looks like a pretty nice rebalance. Now going higher. So personally for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. And I'm gonna wait for a position in this 1 hour fair value gap. Could be when news hits later today. Or otherwise, I'll just trade it higher up in the range tomorrow. If you caught this one, well done. I didn't. But I hope the goal from this stream is that you can read price action. And how we read price action was pretty spot on. If this candle is a rejection, then open, high, low, close, 10 EM will be played. Open, low into the 5 or 15 minute busy right here before going higher. The way how we did it, I was anticipating it to be lower into the range. Somewhere in this area where I wanted to look for longs. And I didn't get that, so that's why I'm not in. And there's no FOMO there. There's complete peace with that. I'm just waiting and catching it later. Cool. I'll leave the stream on for a few more minutes. If there's any questions, feel free to shoot them in the chat. I'm not in the market right now. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on the market in the coming hours. For sure, for sure. Market looking nice. Cool. So that's it for today, guys. The market's looking go higher. I'll be catching that move later. Similar for GCAT, we'll catch that move later. Same for oil. Same for DAX. Cool. Be safe coming hours, also with the news that's coming out. Yeah, if you like today, you learned something, leave a W in the chat. And then I see you guys all later. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. And be safe. Bye-bye.